Welcome friends to One-Stop Java Solutions. I am Snehasis and today I am going to show you how to connect MySQL database from your Java program. Okay, so for that I am going to Eclipse. Okay, and here you can see I have already created one package, that my package youtube.demo. Okay, inside that package I am creating one class. Okay, here I am creating a class and giving the name as database connectivity test. Okay, and creating the main method as well, and everything I will write inside the main method. Okay, so it's done. So before doing means demonstrate the database connectivity, so you have to know few terms, that is the JDBC. Okay, so JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity. Okay, basically this is an API means application programming interface. Okay, so this is an API, so it's a inbuilt API means it's a software, and you can just help of this software you can perform your some activities. Okay, so you have means some built-in function and all these things are already written there. Okay, so you have to just import this API. Okay, so this is the JDBC, and it is basically a means why we use this API. So this API we using this API will connect with database. Okay, and execute query in database. Okay, so there is different type of queries, like you can fetch the data from your database, you can update any record in a database. Okay, delete some record inside from a database. So this kind of operation you can do using this API. Okay, and this API is the part of the Java means standard edition. Okay, so it's Java AC. Basically we are in short we are calling this Java AC, and JDBC API it uses the JDBC drivers. Okay, to connect with the database. So I will show you what is the driver and how you have to use it in your code. Okay, so here first you have to know means the steps. Okay, how you will connect. So to do the connectivity, first you have to load the driver. Okay, so driver basically this driver is in means in the API JDBC API there is a Java means not only one driver, there is multiple drivers. So I will use the SQL one. Okay, because I have the SQL database, so I am showing you here. Here you can see my SQL workbench is here. Okay, so I am opening the my SQL workbench, and here I am showing you means I guess I already created one database there. So here you have to know some details, like here you can see this is the local instance of mysql. Okay, and this is the root is the username. Okay, and localhost, this is the basically the server name localhost, and 303306 this is the host. Okay, so if I here you can see it's a one configuration button is there. Okay, so if you click on this icon, so here you can see all these things. Host name is this is the host name. Okay, this is your port 3306. So this is host name, and also means instead of this you can use the localhost as well. Okay, and this is your host name, this is the username root. Okay, and password. So if I click on the test connection, so it will ask you the password. Okay, so password means while I am installing this software in my system, so it asking me some password, so I have given that root 123. Okay, so this is username is root and password is root 123. So whatever you will provide here you can see successful made the mysql connection. Okay, and all these things in host is 127.0.0.1, port is this is the 3306. Okay, user is root. Okay, password, it's the password is root 123 that I have provided. Okay, so these things already here. Okay, so I'm closing this one and opening this is database. Okay, so once I opened here, you can see I have already created few. These are I guess DB1, Sakila, these are already there. Okay, so here the student, this one I have already created, the student one. Okay, so if I open this student, here you can see table student details. This table is there. Okay, so so this is my part. Okay, so now here I am writing, checking that if there is any data or not. So I am writing one query: select star from student dot student details. Okay, so here if I click execute this one, so here you can see, yes, I have already one row here. So to Mandal PLE Rusul Purambag, and this is something date of birth. Okay, so this I have given. Now here inside my, if you go to Java code, so here first you have to, so I will connect, this is my SQL part that I already explain, means just explained. And now from database, from Java code, I will fetch the record. Okay, whatever record I means I have in my SQL database, so I will fetch those data from MySQL. Okay, so for that, what I will do, first you have to load the driver. Okay, so here for SQL, the driver is com.mysql.jdbc driver. Okay, so that you have to write. So I am deleting it and writing that class.forName, class.forName. Okay, and this will take some string. Okay, class name, so the string I will provide. So this string is basically the driver class. Okay, so driver, so that driver I will pass here, and using this class dot for name. Okay, what we will do, we basically load the driver class file into the memory at the runtime. Okay, so first you have to load the driver class. So for driver class, it's for SQL, it is com.mysql com.mysql.jdbc dot driver. Okay, so this is my driver, and for that you have to import. Okay, so this you have to surrounded by try catch. Okay, so I am all the code here I am surrounding with try catch. Okay, so I am writing this. So what is the means try catch, that I will describe later. Means suppose here I am, in short I can say you that if the here you got any error, that means if driver is not found, okay, then it will throw some exception. So to handle this exception, you have to you must have to write this code in a try catch block. Okay, so in my exception handling class I will explain means how you catch, means catch the exception, and how you handle those exceptions, that I will explain in my exception handling part. Okay, so now for simplicity I just tell you, means whatever code for connectivity to database I am writing in a try block, and if it's throw any exception, then it will in catch block, that exception I will catch, and I will print some messages. Okay, print text will give you the means where the error is come and why it is coming, so that message you will get in print text. Okay, so this is the part. Then you have to do that the, so it's clear that the class dot for name, what it will do, it will basically load your driver class file into memory at the runtime, means while your this code will run, so runtime it will load the driver class. Okay, and store it in memory. Okay, then the connection URL, you have to know the connection URL. So how, means you have to create the connection. So for creating connection, there is a class connection, class is there, so that class I will use here. So here I am using connection and creating a reference of connecting home. Okay, and then I will call the driver manager. Okay, driver manager dot get connection, there is a function. So I already driver class I already loaded, so inside that I will show you means what the driver manager class what it will do. I will show. So I am writing here manager driver manager, then inside this driver manager there is a function that get connection. Okay, and then we will send the one URL. Okay, so this URL I will explain. So I will sorry, keep the driver manager here. I will show expression and for connection sorry, for connection class you have to import EC. Okay, sorry, I misspelled it. So you have to use the java.sql.connection. So that you have to import. Okay, and here add through. So here it's class not found. So it's better to change it as exception. So it will throw some exception. So here if I change it, that means it instead of in catch block, if I change it as a exception, then it's the super class. Okay, so it will handle all the exception. Okay, so that I will explain in later in exception handling part. So connection con, then driver manager, then get connection, and here you have to write the URL, and URL format is like this way you have to write. Okay, so how you will write that URL? Here just write that the URL pattern is past JDBC. Okay, so JDBC, so this is the means the API name. Okay, what is the Java database connectivity? So this is the API name basically, JDBC. Then you have to give the mysql, and for that you have to use one semicolon. Okay, not semicolon, this is a colon. So then mysql. Okay, then you have to give like this way, colon double slash, then localhost. Localhost means in your local system the SQL server is running. Okay, here, so here if you if you go to home, and here I just show you that localhost 3306 is the port. Okay, so here I am giving the localhost, then I am giving the port 3306. Okay, 06, then slash, you have to give your database name, and in your database name is, here is your database. You open this, so here you can see your database name is student, so give the student here. Okay, so I'm connecting. Then you have to give the password, sorry, username is root, so I am giving the username, and then you have to provide the password field. Okay, password is root 123, so that also I am providing. So this will take all these as a parameter, and it will go to the connection get connection method. So here I am showing you that the driver manager class, click on open declaration. Here you can see that the driver manager class is there. So inside the driver manager class, okay, so here it's clear. First I explain this part. So here it's clear that JDBC is a API, mysql is your database. Okay, localhost means in the server name where the SQL is running. Okay, then 3306 is the port, then student is the database name. Okay, and root is your username, and root 123 is the password. So these are the significance of this URL, all the part. Okay, then the driver manager class basically it's used as an interface between the Java programmer and the driver. Not the Java programmer, it's basically the Java and the drivers. Okay, so driver manager, it will help you to load the list of the registered driver classes. Okay, so whatever registered you have already means registered the driver class, that it means this driver manager is hold all the list means of the classes. Okay, driver classes that are registered. So this is the significant, and this registration is done by the driver register dot register driver method. Okay, so if you go to the this driver manager means code of driver manager, then here you can see registered drivers. Okay, you can see here the registered driver, final static registered driver, and it take all the list. And here if you can see that there is a method register driver. If you go slowly scroll down, here you can see registered driver. Okay, here you can see that the get connection method also there. Okay, I called in here, you can see I called that driver manager dot get connection. Okay, so get connection, it will take these parameters. So here you can see get connection string URL, then string user, then string password. Okay, so I am calling this connection method and it's take this as a parameter. Okay, and here you can see connection URL reflect register method should be there. Here you can see that the driver manager dot register driver. If you search with register driver, register driver. Okay, here you can see that the register driver is here. Okay, static synchronized by register driver. So this is basically interface. Okay, so it's called the register driver, this constructor, okay, of this method register driver, and it's driver and driver, whatever driver name we have passed, and it will means using this method we are registering your driver class. Okay, and then we have to create the connection. Okay, so connection I have created here using the method driver manager dot get connection. Okay, so get connection method, this will call that driver register driver, and it will register the driver and it will give you the connection name. Okay, so once you establish the connection, so after that here you can print means here you can print some message. Okay, so your connection is here, you have already create established connection. So if connection successful, then you can here print some message like connection established successfully, connection established successfully. Okay, so first I am running this means only this part, and then let's see, then I will show you how to fetch the data. So if you run this code here, okay, it's giving that the java.net class not found exception. Okay, so class not found means, so first we are trying to, while loading this class, we are trying to load this driver class. Okay, so you have to check this driver class is present or not. If it is not, then here go to your project, click on right click. Okay, go to build path. Okay, so it cannot found the that driver manager. So here first check where is your driver manager. Okay, so it should be in your SQL, under SQL. So if you go to this PC, then C drive, I guess, program files, here, yeah, here you can see mysql, and here is the connector. Okay, and inside the connector mysql connector java. Okay, so this is basically a jar file. So this jar you have to import here. So add external jars and go to that location and click on mysql connector and open it. So it's already done. Apply and close. Okay, so once you add the jar in your project or attach to the jar in your project, so now you, if you execute it, so it will get the driver class. Okay, here you can see connection established successfully. So you got the message. So that means still this it's done. So once you established connection successfully, then you can interact with your database. Okay, so for interaction you have to first create the means statement using the statement class. So here after that connection it's successful, so I am commenting out this. So now you can interact with your database. Okay, so for that you have to create a statement reference state. Okay, here I am writing statement. Okay, suppose statement equal to, here I am writing con, this is using the connection class. I will create the create statement. Create statement. Okay, create statement, and I will, okay, this I already given this, so here calling the blank. Okay, so blank means by default constructor I am calling con dot create statement. This is the default constructor and it's the java.sql statement. Okay, so I am creating a statement reference, and using that reference I will so this is create statement, it's done. So I create the statement and then I will execute the queries. Okay, so to execute the queries, how you will execute, so you have to create a result set, because whatever result you will collect from database, that you have to store in a result set. Result set rs, okay, equal to, using this statement stmt, okay, I will call the execute query. Execute query, this. Okay, and then I will send the query that we use in SQL. Here I write one query, you can see here, that select start from, okay, select start from student. So this query I can write here. So here you don't have to write that student dot, so only write that select start from, okay, and then the table name is student details. Okay, and remove this column. So this is your result set. So whatever result it will return, so that stored in this result set. So it's java.sql, it's inside the java.sql package, so I am importing that. And after you get the result set, you can means print the result here. Okay, so here I am using the while loop, while rs.next means until it will get the values in result set, I will iterating this loop, and inside that I am writing system.out.println and rs dot. So first one, here you can see it's here if you execute it once again, here you can see it's the first one is student id, it's a integer, and these are the string, and date of birth is date. Okay, so here I am just writing rs dot getInt, getInt. Okay, rs dot getInt, and I have to, it's column 1, so that you have to mention, means according to your column name, it's the first in an array statement. This is the first column. Okay, and then you, means in the table format, you can just print, so plus, then give a space, and then again give plus, and then it's the rs dot get, rs dot get string. So then all are the string, get string, then column index is 2. Okay, so this is column index, so I'm giving the column index 2, and similar way you just write 3, then 4, then 5. Okay, so till that 1, then 2, then 3, change it to 3, then it's 4, then it's 5. Okay, and then the last one is the date format. So you can see, you can write as get string as well, also you can see right here get date. Okay, get date, and you can change it to the column index is 6. Okay, so now if you execute this code, and one more thing, so you have done everything, so you write your query and everything, and after that, means after the while loop, you have to close the connection. Okay, so here just close the connection. So after the while loop, con is close, so this will close your connection with database. So first we have established the connection, then here we are closing the connection. Okay, so now if you execute this, so here you can see, okay, here you will get that the 2, then the first name, if you compare with your database, the 2, then last name, then first name, then address, then city, and then date of birth. So here you can see, you will get the last name, first name, address, city, and date of birth. Okay, so I guess it's clear. Okay, so these are the steps. So first you have to load the driver class. Okay, so for that you have to, means attach the your driver class with your project. Okay, and then you have to write the, establish the connection, and once the connection is established, then you have to create a statement, and then you can fetch the data from, using that statement you can fetch the data from your database, and whatever operations you can do. Here I am just showing, and later videos I will show you how to update many values from Java to your database. Okay, and then close the connection. Okay, so that's it. So in this way you can access your SQL database, MySQL database, from your Java program. So if you like my videos, you can subscribe my channel, also you can share with your friends, and in the description box you can see there is my channel link is there, so you can go there and watch all the relevant videos. In my channel basically I am uploading the videos related to core Java, advanced Java, and this web, means dynamic web related project. Okay.